Today, I'm continuing my look at the Marvel Legends Gamerverse Spider-Man 2 wave with Miles Morales in his upgraded suit. I'm also announcing the winner of the Maximum Spider-Man giveaway. Welcome to 5 Points of Articulation. Starting with the packaging, and it's that same Gamerverse box we looked at with Venom. Red and white motif. Logos down here, with name on the side. Gamerverse logo up top. Name in small picture on one spine, with more picture on the other spine, and the whole shebang on the back, with other figures in the wave. Just to let you know, I did pre-order the black suit, but at this time, I don't know that I'm going to be looking at any of the others. For packaging, I'm giving Upgraded Miles 5 points. Moving on to presentation, and I'm going to do something a little bit different today. The figure comes pre-loaded with these zappy Venom strike hands, but I feel like that's going to be really distracting throughout the video, especially for Poseability. So with your blessing, for the purpose of this video, I'm just going to be switching them out for the fists. With that out of the way, Miles stands at 6 inches on the dot, or 15 centimeters, and is near complete reuse of the Armadillo Wave version, which Hasbro also reused for this invisible GameStop version. The arms are slightly different. The red on the original Miles comes to a point with a couple of chevrons here and there, whereas with this one, the stripe goes all the way down the arm. The thing is, that's not new sculpting to this figure. It comes from the Gamerverse reissue of the original. So either way, this figure is all reuse, and pretty much the fourth figure Hasbro's gotten out of this body. The thing is, I'm not bothered by that reuse at all. Even in the game, it's just a palette swap of the regular costume, so this makes total sense. I really like it in the regular Spidey colors. I love the slightly raised webbing, and for the most part, Hasbro's done a good job of painting it. I like the aperture style eyes like in the movie, and on the subject of a movie, all the different panel lines and seams make it feel like an MCU costume, and the texture is just so fine and subtle. As much as I like Spidey's regular costume, I have felt for a while that the symbol should be white, and seeing it here just proves how much better it stands out against the red. On that note, we have his symbol on the back as well. Not only is it nice and clean, but Hasbro did continue the paint underneath. Obviously, this costume doesn't exactly scream Miles, but either way, it's just a solid all-around Spider-Man figure. For presentation, I'm giving Upgraded Miles 5 points. If you're enjoying this video so far, do me a favor and give it a like. And if you'd like to support my content so I can make even more of it, you can donate to my coffee in the link below. Moving on to Poseability, and as we've seen a couple of times now, the articulation on this Miles is pretty solid. From the top in his head's on a dumbbell joint. Miles can look up this high, which isn't bad, but with Spider-Man's crawling poses, you always want him to be able to look up as high as possible. Pretty decent amount of down though, and thanks to the dumbbell he gets a great amount of tilt, and of course all the way around. Moving down, Miles can raise his arms 90 degrees and has complete rotation, along with forward and back thanks to the butterfly joints. No problem at all with bicep swivel. He's also got pinless double jointed elbows with a perfect bend. The stripe connects up pretty nicely too, and then at the end of the arms are wrists that can swivel and hinge either up or down. Moving in the middle, and Miles has an ab crunch and a waist swivel. Obviously you get more range out of a diaphragm and a U-joint, but this does a good job of preserving the lines of the sculpt. Even so, he can arch back this far, which is really impressive. For comparison, here's standing straight, and he gets a nice deep hunch forward. No side to side, of course, but he does get twist. Below the waist, and Miles has ball-jointed hips. He can kick 90 degrees, but doesn't get a whole lot of back. Really good split though. And then working our way down the leg, and Miles has thigh cut. Pinless double-jointed knees with a nice deep bend. No boot cut, but he does have ankles that can hinge. And I don't actually know enough about the game to make a joke here, so pivot. For Poseability, I'm giving Upgraded Miles 5 points. Moving on to Playability, and the only thing this Miles comes with are some hands. Obviously, we've been looking at these fists throughout the video. Miles also has a pair of thwip hands. Those have been nicely painted as well. But don't worry, I haven't forgotten about the Venom strike hands. In general, I do really like these. The hands themselves were cast in a transparent plastic, with the blue painted over to transition. Additionally, the lightning piece was added on top, giving the whole thing a layered look. As I think about it, these Gamerverse versions are the only Miles that Hasbro's made with the Venom Strike effect. Hopefully at some point we get them for the comic versions, but for now, I'm really happy he has them. As much as I like those though, I am a bit let down by the things he doesn't come with. Specifically, they didn't include the wall crawlers the original came with. They also didn't include the original unmasked Miles Morales head. The good news is that if you have the original, it fits just fine, but with this being complete reuse, it's a shame they didn't include all the accessories. Remember, when this came out, it had all those accessories plus a Build-A-Figure piece, and was a completely new sculpt. I know all the toy companies are cutting corners and tightening their belts, but again, with everything being reused, it's kind of a bummer. Of course, playability is more than just accessories, it's also about how well your figure plays with others. First up, and here's the other Gamerverse Miles we've already looked at, but for even more Miles, here's Space Venom and mini comic book wave versions. I still like Gamerverse best, but if you like your Miles with a modern flair, well, here you go. Veering over to the only other figure I've looked at in the wave so far, and here we have the gargantuan Venom, but for a small selection of symbiotes of various and sundry sizes, here we have the Absorbing Man wave version, the Walmart exclusive, which shares most of its parts with the Amazon 3-pack, and the King in Black 2-pack version. For a couple of Carnages, and here's the Absolute and Let There Be varieties. That movie version goes great with the Gamerverse Venom. As for Peter, and here we have the original Marvel Legends upgraded suit. I don't have the re-release, but I do hope at some point we get a fully sculpted one. On that note, I did see in the comments where a lot of you are interested in a Marvel Select review, so that is going to be coming. That said, since the design is so lifelike, for some live action comparisons, here he is with Toby and Andrew, along with a couple of versions of Tom Holland. For a couple of comic style comparisons though, and here we have the Mafex, Marvel Legends Renew Your Vows, and the all-new Maximum series. And as long as we're talking about Maximum series, what better time to announce the winner of the Maximum series Spider-Man giveaway? I mean, yes, I did say I was going to announce it in the Renew Your Vows Maximum Spider-Man Versus, but I did say we have to do the Mafex versus Marvel Select Versus first. Unless, of course, you'd be okay with one big Versus with all four. Sound off in the comments and let me know what you think. For now, let's get back to the giveaway. Using pickawinner.com to sift through the over 700 entries, the winner of the Maximum series Spider-Man is Spidey Fan 2002. Congratulations on your win, and be sure to email me at 5poainquiries@gmail.com to claim your prize. Huge thanks to everyone who entered. I have tried to personally reply to everyone, but even if I didn't, I am so grateful for you. Don't forget, I still have to announce the winner of the Batman Year 1 giveaway, and not only that, I'm announcing another giveaway probably next week, so keep your eyes peeled for that. Getting back to Miles though, and for a relative scale comparison, here he is with Pizza Spidey and the Spectacular Spider-Man, and as always, here he is with Stealth Iron Man. Docking him for the lack of accessories that already came with this figure, for playability, upgraded Miles gets 4 points. This leaves us with nothing left to discuss but the price. The Spider-Man 2 Gamerverse Wave is hitting stores and retails for $24.99. Not to beat a dead horse, but the Armadillo Wave version of this very figure had 2 heads, 8 hands, and a Build-A-Piece. It was also $2 less. I know that was 3 years ago and that in our current economic climate everyone is feeling the squeeze, but for a figure with the word upgraded literally in the name, this does feel like kind of a downgrade. For price, I'm giving Miles an okay 3 points, averaging out to a still pretty good total of 4.4 out of 5. Agree? Disagree? Sound off in the comments and let me know which Spider-Man 2 skin is your favorite. If you like this video, check out one of these. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be back again real soon, but until then, play nice and have fun.